you to not be first?
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
This is Umar for IFL TV. It's late on a Sunday evening. I'm with Joe Fournier, so I appreciate your time. Let's just get straight into it, Joe. I've just seen a clip going around Tommy Fury and KSI on their head-to-head. The elbow was mentioned and a few other things, Joe. So do you just want to make a response?
Yeah, a few people sent it to me. I think it's very weird that I'm the talking point of their fight. I know I'm the GOAT, but I thought they'd be more worried about themselves. Firstly, what I don't understand is, I thought KSI was quite a nice guy, to be honest with you. He might still be, but I would never show off or gloat that I illegally elbowed someone and dropped him and celebrate it and talk about it like months later, like it's the best thing he's ever done. Like they're talking about, like Tommy's asking him, like, tell me something you've done great. And he's like elbowing Joe. Like, am I that big of a deal that that's kind of his highlight of his career, is he managed to elbow me and drop me for 6 seconds, you know what I mean? So I thought that was really weird of him. Why would you celebrate not winning it? Do you get it? That just shows the levels here, because I've asked for the rematch several times. I've told everyone I want a rematch. I told him I want a rematch. And at the end of the day, they don't want the rematch. There's nothing I can do about it. There's a clause, if it was the other way around, they would get a rematch. So I probably should have elbowed him first. And now they bring me into this conversation where Tommy Fury, that fucking fuckwit, I don't even know where he's come from. Like, the best thing that's ever happened in that guy's career was Tyson Fury beating Vladimir Klitschko. Facts. He's never done anything in boxing, ever. So he beats Jake Paul, which, bearing in mind, he's been boxing since he was 2 years old, and he celebrated like he won the World Cup. I don't understand that either. And he got dropped by a jab, and he's talking and saying, I was fat on the night. Dude, there's a lot of things. You can say I'm shit. You can say I got elbowed. But fuck me, fat. I was 180 pounds. I haven't been 180 pounds for about 10 years. That is correct. So I definitely wasn't fat. And just talking shit about me, talking nonsense. And I don't understand it. When I'd fight both of these guys. Whoever wins, I'd fight the winner. No problem. I actually reached out after he beat Jake Paul to Tommy Fury's people and I said to them, let's get a fight going. I said, I can talk to my friends in the Middle East and we can get another fight on. And I never heard back. So they obviously felt like KSI is the easier opponent. But then to trash talk me, when I haven't said a word about any of those people, I actually like Tyson Fury. He's been to the Fifth Street Gym. I find the dad quite funny. You know, he says some mad shit, but he's pretty funny. And, you know, he's out there. So I actually didn't mind the guy. But just sitting here on a Sunday in my palace, you know, watching a movie on my cinema screen, and I'm getting my phone blowing up saying KSI is gloating about knocking you out with an elbow, and Tommy Fury says you're fat, and his mum would knock you out, and you're not a real boxer. I'm thinking, fucking hell, they really got a lot to say, these two fucking guys. They should worry about their own fight that they're about to have. You know, clearly I'm the most exciting thing that's happened to this crossover boxing, because the talk of the town is me all the time. But why won't you fight me then? You know, the pay-per-view buys were 360,000+ buys, yet, you know, everywhere. Yet, guess what? No one called me up and said, oh, Joe, let's do it again. Why would you not do that? Do the maths. 360,000 times, what was it, 30 quid?
30 or 20?
Let's say 20 quid. Well, so let's do the maths. 360,000 times 20. What, 8 million? Let me tell you, I didn't get paid 4 million. So there was plenty of money in the pot to do it again. That means it's a huge windfall. The arena was sold out, way higher ticket prices than the other most famous YouTuber FaZe that he fought before. And there was pretty much a very minimal undercard on my fight. So it was me and KSI sold it. But guess what? They don't call me back for the rematch. Why not? So if you're not going to have a rematch, don't gloat for not winning. I'm the only guy KSI has never beaten. You can headline that. I'm the only guy KSI has never beaten, yet he's showing off that he elbowed me. How the fuck does that make sense? It's like me getting a 0-0 draw and going like, yay! Nothing happened. All you did was he won 1 round out of a 6-round fight. I don't get it. And then for Tommy Fury to pipe up, when literally Tommy Fury's boxing career is Tyson Fury, and then, oh yeah, there's a little brother. That's it. That's the end. He's never done anything. He beat Jake Paul on points, controversial, after getting dropped in the final round. Looked absolutely awful, right? Bearing in mind, Jake Paul started boxing 5 years ago. This guy's been boxing for 20 years. It's mental, actually. I think if they rematch, Jake Paul beats him.
Joe,
I think that's why there was no rematch, and he went for KSI thinking it's an easier opponent. But now I fucking hope KSI knocks him spark out with an elbow, a headbutt, a toe. Fucking don't care at this point. I'm just fucking livid that these two guys, which I've only fucking been nice to both of them, are all cracking on, fucking picking on the GOAT. But I'm the GOAT for a reason. I'm the greatest of all time of this world. Fucking idiots. Talking shit. I can't believe it. It's like, that's the thing. Their chat, the only entertaining thing they could have talked about was me. That's how entertaining I am. Fucking dicks. And he also says, oh, he was fucking slow. Well, guess what? I'm meant to be slow. I'm 40 years old. I've been in a nightclub for the last 10 years drinking fucking copious amounts of tequila. I actually, no one knows this because I'm not a pussy and I don't moan about things. I actually tore my meniscus in training camp. I actually fought KSI with a torn meniscus and 2 broken ribs. Actually, that was a true thing. I never mentioned it before or after because it was irrelevant, because I chose to sign the contract and go in. I also dropped 37 pounds to fight KSI in 5 weeks from when we agreed the contract to actually going in the ring, 6 weeks, whatever it was, right? Don't moan about those things. But I don't celebrate not winning. I also don't talk shit about people that just get on with their day. And because they're so fucking boring, they're literally the 2 most boring guys watching them like trash talk. They have to bring me into it, the most exciting person in the world, to their world. And that's why it's worked, because now here I am fucking hyping up a fight I'm getting fuck all money for, just because one guy's talking shit and turned out to be a cunt, and the other guy can't figure out the difference between his fist and his elbow. And I'm just trying to have a cup of tea and a biscuit. And guess what? Even if I am fat, it doesn't matter. You're allowed to be rich and fat, so fuck off.
Right, Joe, what's agitated you more, Tommy's comments or KSI's comments on that stream?
I think KSI is like honestly, because I know his manager, Mams. Yeah, and I got a lot of time and respect for that guy. He's a pretty straight shooter, and he doesn't have to be. You know, you can be a bit of a cunt when you get to a certain point where you hit a few successes. They've done decent with Logan Paul's Drink. They're doing decent with the Misfits. They've done decent in a few other avenues. So obviously, Mams is a smart guy that has managed the kid when, you know, he was doing, you know, very basic things when Mams took him over. Like, you know, he was good on FIFA and whatever else, but he wasn't really like he is now. So for Mams to tell me this kid's a good kid, he's a good guy, I trust him. I believe him. But is it that when he gets in front of the camera, he says stupid shit? Like, is it like part of that, like, let me say something stupid, so then headlines will pick it up, so then I'm selling it better? Like, does his version of what he thinks is cool, like, just ain't cool? Because it's like, why would you talk about not winning a fight? So with him, it's like, I just put it down to stupidity. He's just a bit stupid about shit. He says stupid things all the time. I'm not going to go into all the stupid things he said in 2023 because it's in the past, but he does say some stupid shit. So I'm putting that down to he's a nice guy and he said some stupid shit. And I just appreciate it. If you're going to talk about dropping me with an elbow, at least sign the contract for the rematch. Whatever happens with a Tommy fight, have the rematch. Let's set it out. I'm a year older. I'll be 41 by the time you fight me. You know, try and get me before I'm 50, for fuck's sake. So I'm saying I'm down for the rematch. If you're going to gloat about drawing or a no contest, at least sign the rematch and let's get an answer. Who was better? Let's see what would have happened in the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth round. Let's actually do an 8-rounder like you're doing now, right? But don't go around, keep talking shit about an illegal elbow, which in my opinion was 100% intentional, right? And use it as like your promo, like you did something good. It's fucking madness. So that's him. Park that guy for a minute. Then you get Tommy, who's done absolutely sweet fuck all in boxing. Like, bearing in mind the platform he was given, bearing in mind the age he started boxing, he's famous for being in Love Island. So do not fucking call me a non-real boxer. If you're a real boxer, I'm Muhammad Ali. Like, what fucking planet is he on? I don't get it. Like, I really don't get it. He must be doing too much gear when he's out of camp in Ibiza and fucking too much fucking juice for them biceps. I don't understand. Because he's clearly fucking not there. A, to fucking pick a fight with me for no fucking reason. B, to call me fat when clearly, I don't know if you've seen the pictures of the fight. I couldn't be more ripped. I think it was like 4% body fat. I nearly died on the scales. And then to say that, oh, he couldn't move, oh, he this, oh, he that. You're gonna dissect my boxing skills when the best thing you've ever done in your career was your big brother beating Klitschko that then gave you a platform to come back and fight again. Literally, all you ever did in your career till that point was sit on the beach in Love Island and ask for votes. So don't talk to me about this stupid, what you've done, what I've done in my career, saying I hadn't fought in 10 years. Guess what? There's a guy called David A. I fought him. Do you remember that guy? Yeah, I kind of did that in the last 10 years, you know, with Donald Trump commentating at the Hard Rock Casino in America. Oh, fuck. They wouldn't let you in. You couldn't even do that if you tried because they wouldn't let you into the fucking Hard Rock Casino, into America, let alone the Hard Rock Casino. You'd have to go do it in fucking Blackpool. You know, on the fucking pier down there, one of the little slot machine casinos. That's where you'd fight next. Talking shit about me. There's levels to this shit. I ain't a little boy. I ain't a TV reality star either. Have some fucking respect. No one disrespects you, and you jump on my ass for no fucking reason. What's that about? Like I said, his brother came to the Fifth Street Gym, took pictures with everyone, was the biggest gentleman. I'm a fucking fan of the Furies. I've even said it before. I've even talked about, if you look at my interviews, I've even talked about, I've even said I like Tommy. So like, what a Judas thing to do, start slagging off someone, what? Because you have nothing else to say. Out of all the things you could have said to KSI, you need to talk about me. Because I'm the most entertaining thing in that whole fucking world that they live in. It's fucking madness. So, yes, I'm a lot more pissed off with Tommy Fury, and he should know better. And all I say is, KSI, you want to keep talking about the elbow and dropping me, let's have a rematch. That's it, it's done. Like, I'm accepting the rematch. There was already a rematch clause in the contract. I'll agree to the same terms. Sign the contract, let's just do it. Contract's there. And with Tommy, don't run your mouth unless you want to fight as well. Because I asked you to fight. Before you even agreed to KSI fight. Before I asked him to fight before I agreed to fight KSI. That is the truth.
Joe, do you think they will allow you back into this role or not?
They've already asked me to come back. They wanted me to be the alternate to fight Logan Paul. I'm like, fucking alternate. I was the alternate for Dylan Dennis last time. Then they usually choose, oh, he's a southpaw. Oh, you're an orthodox. So why would they ask me to do it again? They just, because what it is, I sell tickets, I sell pay-per-view, and they want my branding. But at the end of the day, the headline guys, aka Logan Paul, KSI, Tommy Fury, Jake Paul, they don't want to fight me. Maybe they got better fights on. Good luck to them. But generally, they don't want to fight me. But I'm a proven pay-per-view seller. So they want to bring me in. They offered me money, right? They offered me money to fight, to say that I'm a stand-in for Dylan Dennis. They offered to pay me to do fucking nothing. And I said, no, I'm not a fucking stand-in and I don't need the money. Keep your money, all good. And I appreciate it. But if you want me to fight, I'm fighting. I'm not gonna maybe fight. Do you know what I mean? I'm too busy with my own life, making real money to fucking be worrying about, am I gonna fight? Am I not gonna? Am I gonna fight? I'm not 21 waiting for the opportunity. I'm 40 years old. I got 2 big fights left in me, and I'm gonna, do what I'm doing now, relax and enjoy my life. So they will bring me back in, but when it suits them. That's what I realized about all this thing is like, there's no favors here. The right thing to have done, right? Mates or no mates, I'm friends with Calais, I'm friends with Mams and friends with all of them, is Joe, you fucking got hard done by, you got elbowed, it was illegal, cool, here's the rematch, Tommy, you're next. If they thought it was going to be that easy, why not just run it back? Chris Eubank Jr., Liam Smith, they ran it back. Look at the outcome of the second fight compared to the first fight. Right? And then you could say all the things you want to say, but all that KSI has ever done against me was win 1 round. Put my hand up. He won a round. It was totally our strategy. Canelo Alvarez, one of the best boxers in the history of our generation. How many first rounds has he lost?
Loads.
Pretty much every fight. Because he gets his time in. I hadn't been in the ring for 18 months. He gets his time. I hadn't been at that weight for fucking, when I fought David A, I fought 210 pounds. So that was my last fight. So I hadn't fought that weight for a long time either. So I'm getting my weight. I'm getting my feet. I'm getting used to his time, and he's unorthodox guy. Yeah, give him the first round. I was always going to knock him out anyway. The plan was never to win on points, was it? When have I ever gone to a fight? Oh yeah, guys, we're going to outbox him today. No, I don't do that, do I? So it's like, yeah, give him the first round. And I just remember seeing him at the end of the first round because he couldn't keep up that pace. Thinking, all right, lovely. Second round, if you watch it closely, there's been a few videos floating around the internet where they've clipped out where I've started to tag him in the second round. And you just see his whole demeanor change. And then, oh, surprise, surprise, an underhook and an elbow comes out of the blue. When you've watched how many boxing fights in your life, Umar?
Hundreds, thousands.
Thousands. Have you ever seen an illegal elbow like that in your whole ever?
No.
Never. Right. Okay. So it can't be a fucking accident. So if you're going to run something and get away with it because you own the promotion, run the rematch back. And Tommy, if you're going to talk shit, agree to fight me next. But don't just talk shit and hide behind the camera and give it this like tough guy street tough. Oh yeah. No. It's called boxing. We get in a ring, we sign a contract, and we punch each other in the face and prove who's better. So if I'm willing to do it all, I'm still undefeated. Imagine, I'm still undefeated, and my last fight, I sold 360,000 pay-per-view buys. Yeah, I had a shit first round. Why the fuck am I not headlining again?
Joe, just before, I know fans are going to jump on this, and I know you're making a point, but you're not comparing yourself to Canelo Alvarez. You're just making a point there, aren't you? What you said.
I'm saying that in boxing, there's a very simple strategy in the first round from a novice to the best boxer in our generation, right? One of the best boxers in our generation, Canelo Alvarez, where you go out in the first round, not trying to win it, but trying to study the opponent. Is that correct? Yes or no?
Downloading information, reading the opponent, yeah.
Right. So if you've been out of the ring for 18 months and you're fighting on a weight which you haven't fought on in 7 years, would you not want to just get your feet under you? I could tell after he hit me in the first round, the overhand right, he doesn't have the power to knock me out. Wasn't worried about it. So I could just walk him down, take some shots, don't worry, get my feet under me. And the second round, got his time in, got his jab down, got that little jumpy judo step thing he does, taekwondo. And that was always the strategy. And you can ask David Hay, you can ask Dino Spencer. We trained on that the whole way through. That was always strategies. Give him the first couple of rounds, let him tire out and just smash him up. So if the best boxers in the world use that strategy, why wasn't I allowed to? Imagine taking, I don't know, who was Billy Joe Saunders, good example. Billy Joe Saunders, Canelo Alvarez, lit him up in the first round. How did that fight end? So, all right, let's pause that fight after one round and then just go, yeah, Canelo Alvarez is shit. That's not how it works, is it? because Canelo Alvarez wasn't doing a 1-round fight. He was doing a 12-round fight.
Usyk's the same, to be fair. He's a slow starter. There's a lot of top fighters are slow starters.
And I'm one of those slow starters. So because I had one slow round and had an illegal elbow that was proven by the only... Listen, that the PBA is the only commission for crossover boxing. Their biggest client is KSI, is Misfits. And they still found it guilty and called a no contest. That's how much of a no contest it was. So how can you gloat? You understand? How can people say, how can Tommy say, but he's shit? Well, how? Because the last fight, I took David A to points. So it can't be that shit. Do you get what I'm saying? So
that's what's aggravated you. The fact that they've brought you up in this head-to-head, the pair of them.
I don't mind that they bring me up, but it's like I don't understand why one is gloating about not winning. Yeah. It's like, okay, Mbappe in the World Cup had the best World Cup he could have probably had, right? You never hear him talk about it because he didn't win the fucking World Cup. Whereas KSI didn't win the fight, but keeps talking about it. The elbow, like, I dropped him, knocked him out, I dropped him. Mate, you didn't win the fight. What are you talking about? That's what's irritating me is you categorically did not win. They made stupid memes they shared on the internet. They did all that stupid stuff, but you didn't win. I'm still undefeated and you still never beat me. And you still won't right or wrong by signing a contract for a rematch. Why not? Oh, it won't sell. Well, the last one sold. Why won't the second one sell? Everyone said the first one won't sell. Do you remember that? They were like, yeah, but I ain't going to sell. We thought, well, guess what? It did sell. Because people know me now. I've been around long enough. People know that it sells. People want to watch me. People know I'm entertaining. And people know I'm going to bring some sort of excitement. And now months later, they're still talking about it. And what I don't understand is Tommy Fury is, why the fuck he's even bringing up my name? Why is he trying to put me down? When they asked me back in the day, who do you think would win? I said Tommy Fury. Like I said, I always liked the Furies. Until now, I realize he's a Judas cunt, fucking trying to bring my name up. Don't bring my name up unless you want to fight. Bring my name up, say I'm shit, and say, all right, we'll sign the contract. Cool. Run it back. Both of them. You can't just say, he's shit, but then you didn't want to fight.
Would you still say he wins, Tommy?
Mate, I really don't fucking know.
Taking emotion out of it, Joe.
Yeah. No.
You think KSI beats him? Really?
I think KSI beats him. Because there was one thing that KSI was good at that surprised me that he was better at than most professionals I've ever faced. And I won't say it because I don't want to make it unfair and give Tommy an advantage. But he does do one thing really, really. He has one attribute that is world class.
World class?
Yeah. And bearing in mind, I've fought world class guys. He has just one attribute. It isn't his power.
You're going to say his elbow.
What?
You're going to say his elbow.
Well, that mean he's like Sanchai or whatever his name is, the Thai guy. He should be in the one championship, not in Misfits.
I'm trying to figure out, is that this attribute?
Now, he's got one attribute. It ain't his power that is going to be very, 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 very difficult for Tommy, because I don't think Tommy has a good chin. I've never been dropped before.
Would you not say that was a flash knockdown against Jake Paul, though? He got back up immediately.
Yeah, but he got fucking hit with a jab and dropped him. And if I don't understand. Like, if there was no jab, he wouldn't have fallen over. So, I think he's gonna get caught with some certain things that he's not gonna be expecting. And I think that he's cocky, and I think he's gonna struggle to get to 180. He's cocky, he's going to struggle to get to 180. And the way he's talking, and you just see in the press conference how big he is. Because KSI walks around at 175, 180. That's what he walks around. He fights at what he walks around in. Kind of like Chris Eubank Jr. used to. And it has advantage and disadvantage, but you see how much bigger Tommy is. So it's going to hurt him to make the weight. And I think that, and also remember, I fought on Misfits. I know how cheeky they are with all the little games they play, you know, when you're fighting their golden boy. So I think it's going to be, I think KSI will nick it. And remember, it's, you know, he's got to knock him out.
Who, Tommy's got to knock him out?
Of course.
Hmm.
You know, like, I'm not expecting the referee to be any more fair than when he was 1 foot away from me and watched me get elbowed in the face and called it a knockdown. Just say that how it is, bro. You know, people like me because I say the shit that people don't want you to say. But I say how it is because at the end of the day, you know, I'm my own boss, and you just got to tell the truth. Is that referee gonna see things, and the people around it? So you got to knock him out. You got to go in there, and you got to knock him out. So you got 8 rounds to do it, and we all know that Tommy Fury punches like a lightweight. So he ain't got the power to knock anyone out, does he? Like, he couldn't put away Anthony Taylor, who got dropped 3 times, was it, by Idris Virgo?
Yeah.
And Idris Virgo is like a reality star / boxer, or whatever he is, you know, personal trainer. You know, so Tommy's that good. Why didn't he drop, you know, Anthony Taylor when another guy dropped him 2-3 times? Jake Paul, you know, not a professional, not a noted pedigree previous professional boxer. Would you agree? You know, he's turning into one now, and his last performance I thought was excellent. So fair play to him. He's definitely dedicated his life to it, and he's showing in his skill and his results. But didn't even wobble him when Tyron Woodley, in fairness, in the first fight, did rock him. You understand? So it's clear that Tommy can't punch. All them blown up muscles don't really translate. So
would you not say he's got the most ability out of everyone in this scene, Tommy?
I think he's been around boxing, obviously, the longest, right? That's what I'm saying. So if I remember, I turned pro at 30, right? So when he says he's shit or he's not a boxer, well, fuck me, I didn't realize he's that smart. He only just figured it out. Like, yeah, you know, a bit late, mate. Yeah, I never said that I was like, you know, South area champion or whatever. So he's been around his whole life. He should be a world champion by now, not fighting YouTubers and fucking. He's let himself down. And literally, like Jake Paul, like if I was him, I would like every night like put a picture on my wall of Jake Paul and just say thank you. Like literally like pray and, you know, like leave food underneath, like, you know, leave him a cheeseburger every day and just whatever you got, pray to Jake Paul. Because if it wasn't for Jake Paul, Tommy Fury be on year 16 of Love Island now. You know, going into year 16, going into, you know, graying beard, and he's still in Love Island with his accent and, you know, still doing, you know, bicep curls. But Jake Paul, you know, gave him a platform and it catapulted his career. And, you know, he took it, fair play. I ain't a hater on that. But at the end of the day, if it wasn't for Jake Paul, no one would fucking know who Tommy Fury is.
All right, listen, Joe, if you want to vent anything else, you want to say anything else on the matter, then the floor is yours.
I'm just, the message I want to say is don't talk shit unless you want to fight. If you want to fight, talk as much shit as you want, but send me a contract. So KSI, don't keep running your mouth saying you dropped me or you did this when you didn't. You never beat me. I'm still undefeated. And if you want to talk shit, run it back in a rematch, win or lose against Tommy. And Tommy, win or lose against KSI. You want to say I'm shit? Well, fucking fight me. Sign the contract. But till then, shut your mouth.
Okay, listen, Joe Fournier, that was an interesting Sunday evening conversation, if you could call it a conversation. But listen, I appreciate your time, and we'll see what happens with yourself next. We'll definitely get a catch up when there's an update. But I take it you'll be there at Manchester Arena October 14th.
I will not be there. No.
You're not Mykonos?
When is it? October
14th.
I'll probably be in Dubai or Mexico.
It's not too bad, to be fair. A little bit better than Manchester.
It's a bit cold. Listen, Manchester's cold for me in July, let alone in October, mate. You know what I mean?
Well, listen, you enjoyed Dubai or Mexico, and as I said, appreciate your time, and we'll speak soon, hopefully. All right, all the best. Take care, Joe.
Take care, buddy.
Do not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,